Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 episode number 48 based on novel. So let's start. In Huyang City, the city lord's mansion allocated a villa of over 10,000 square kilometers for Luo Feng to live in. The secret room for practice is inside the Star Tower. Luo Feng sat cross-legged, feeling his true god's heart with his whole body and soul. As the small universe expanded to a diameter of trillions of light years, the heart of the true god connected to the small universe became stronger and more resilient, and a steady stream of chaotic divine power poured into the heart of the true god. The heart of the true god, chaos evolves. As soon as Luo Feng thought of this, chaotic divine power surged within the heart of the true god, and gradually a space expanded and formed, and finally this chaotic space was completely formed. It is very easy for the chaos realm, which is a branch of the law, to evolve into chaos space. Luo Feng's chaotic space is more vast and more stable than the chaotic realm of the same level. Boom! A large amount of chaotic divine power poured into Luo Feng's divine body, causing his divine body to begin to transform. It will probably take a long time for my divine body to grow to its limit. Luo Feng felt that his divine body was like a dry desert. No matter how much chaotic divine power poured in, it would be absorbed instantly. Fortunately, my small universe absorbs energy and converts chaotic divine power very efficiently. Luo Feng sighed secretly. His small universe is the perfect form of the small universe of the same level, and its absorption and conversion efficiency is extremely high. In addition, the speed of time in his distant hometown is 10,081 times that of the origin continent. The divine power converted every moment is naturally very terrifying. If an ordinary chaos realm absorbs this divine power, the origin continent can grow its divine body to the limit in less than a day. But Luo Feng's chaos realm perfect divine body, this little divine power influx will not cause any fluctuations, and it will be absorbed silently. The divine power has become 100 times more refined. Luo Feng could feel the changes in himself. With his divine power 100 times purer and his body much larger, coupled with his all-round improvement in realm, he is indeed much stronger than himself at the eternal true god stage. I don't know how big the gap will be between me and Marquis Liu Yin after my divine body reaches its limit. Luo Feng thought. There is no record of the perfect divine body in the chaos realm on the origin continent. Luo Feng can only guess at its strength when it grows to its limit. From the surface, among the chaos realm people in Shi Kingdom, there are nearly 10 who possess infinite divine bodies. Although Liu Yin who does not have an infinite divine body, his strength ranks among the top 5. First, concentrate on practicing the secret method. Luo Feng felt the slow growth of his divine body, then cast aside all distractions and began to study the secret method that could be practiced at the Chaos Realm level. In the normal Chaos Realm, the first secret techniques studied are those that save lives. The God King is so high up, why does he still give face to the Chaos Realm? It's because the God King is not sure to completely kill a Chaos Realm. The Chaos Realm, the first life-saving secret method, the reincarnation secret method. Luo Feng studied it carefully. The secret method of reincarnation is to use secret methods to protect a wisp of true soul and reincarnate. After death, a true spirit will follow the supreme rules and naturally reincarnate. With the secret method of reincarnation, there is hope that the memory can be retained during reincarnation. According to the records of the reincarnation of powerful people throughout the ages, whether one can retain memory and remain conscious after reincarnation depends on the will of the mind. The will of the God King can always stay awake. It is awake in the fetal period and has complete memory. Therefore, after birth, it can quickly practice and recover to its original strength. The peak will of chaos can generally maintain the complete memory of a wisp of true spirit, but it is uncertain when it will wake up. It may awaken in adolescence, or it may awaken after becoming the true god of the void or even the true god of eternity, and only then will it master all memories. As for those with weaker spiritual will, even their memories will be incomplete, and the possibility of awakening is so low that it can be ignored. They will never awaken their past life memories in their lifetime. This also means that their past life has completely disappeared. As long as there is a trace of consciousness left in the Chaos realm, they can be reincarnated. There are also many secret methods to save their lives. Even the God King cannot guarantee that he can kill a Chaos realm person cleanly. Luo Feng is very clear about this. The Duan Donghe lineage, which is not too powerful in the origin continent, has the secret method of the immortal river. There will be more powerful and larger inheritances, and more life-saving secrets. As long as you are not completely dead in an instant, you will be reincarnated immediately. After reincarnation, the cause and effect will be severed and you will become a new creature. It is impossible to tell his previous life's identity from his appearance. The God Kings would also establish kingdoms and have a lot of concerns, so they would not easily create such a terrifying enemy. This is also the reason why the God Kings gave some respect to the Chaos realm. In the origin continent, there are occasionally rising geniuses, and even some newly promoted God Kings. Luo Feng thought, but in fact, these rising beings may be the reincarnation of some old guys. For example, Master Swashanka has already been reincarnated. Like the God King ancestor who founded the Xinjiang sect, or the 3 generations of ancestors who cut off the Donghe lineage, the public information is that they have fallen. But if they did not die completely, and a trace of power remained, they would quietly reincarnate and keep their identities secret. Who would know? If they had provoked a terrible enemy and had no other way out, they could reincarnate and change their identities, so as to completely cut off from the past. Because of the secret method of reincarnation, almost all ancient God Kings have infinite divine bodies. Luo Feng thought that through reincarnation, the regrets of the divine body can be made up. Of course, reincarnation also has some flaws, such as the uncontrollable reincarnation identity and the fetus being too weak. A fetus soul is extremely weak. Even if it understands the laws of chaos, the strength it exerts is far less than that of a ray of divine power incarnation in the Chaos realm. It is easy to die at this time. Therefore, those who dare to reincarnate voluntarily have generally reached the level of God King. The God King at least masters one branch of the origin of the Great Tao. With one thought, he can form a complete set of rules for the operation of the universe and can open up a universe of his own. Just relying on the complete laws of the universe, the supreme rules can be forced to retreat. Their survivability and strength far exceed those of the reincarnation Chaos realm, and their reincarnation risk is also extremely low. I hope I will never have to use this secret method of reincarnation. Luo Feng studied it. He certainly did not want to reincarnate. Once he reincarnated, his small universe would be destroyed. Countless humans in the small universe, except for a very small number who could be protected and sent to the original ancestral small universe, more than 99% of them would be annihilated. Moreover, his divine incarnation would be annihilated, and he would be unable to contact his family members or see the origin of life. The soul enslavement of Morosa will also dissipate, and Morosa will become a free world good. Only when you are in desperate situation will you choose reincarnation. The secret method of reincarnation is not difficult. Luo Feng spent 3 days to learn this secret method. No one knows who created this secret method, but it is very easy to practice, and almost everyone in the Chaos realm can learn it. Forces with a little bit of background all have records of this secret method. Chaos Power Diagram, 9 Swords of Breaking the World, Extinction, East River, Lai Yuan Technique. Let's comprehend them one by one. Luo Feng calmed down and began to study these secret techniques. There is a vast lake on the southern border of the state of Yu. In the center of the lake there is an island. On the island there is a city, which is slightly larger than the city of Huyang. Call. The divine incarnation of Lord Zhejiang appeared high in the sky, overlooking this ancient city. This city is ancient and majestic. It was formed by moving a large number of mountains. There are countless people in the city, and it is bustling and prosperous. Zhu Jianghu flew into the city. The ordinary guards could not see him at all. He quietly came to a cave in the city. Brother Yenyu. Marquis Zhejiang bowed slightly. The cave door opened, and an old servant said, "Lord Zhejiang, please come in." Zhu Jianghu immediately went in. In a pavilion in the cave, a 4-armed man was sitting there carving. He was concentrating on carving a city model, and the carving knife left secret patterns on the city. While he was carving the model, the same secret patterns appeared out of thin air on the walls of this large city on the lake island. Zhu Jianhu watched with a smile from the side. After a long time, the four-armed man stopped the carving knife and looked at Zhu Jianhu. Something happened. Brother Yinyu's formation skills are simply incredible. Looking at the entire origin continent, there are probably only a handful of people in the Chaos Realm who can compare with Brother Yinyu. Zhu Jianhu flattered. Not worth mentioning. The four-armed man said, but there was a hint of smile between his eyebrows. What are you here for? Just tell me directly. Brother Yinyu also knows that my fiefdom is adjacent to that of Marquis Liu Yin. Marquis Zhoujiang shook his head. Marquis Liu Yin is too overbearing. He has sent troops to seize my entire Zhejiang Chaos province. I can't match him, so I can only come out to ask for help. It's quite pitiful. The four-armed man nodded. Brother Yinyu, if you help me, you only need to come out and say a few words, and the Marquis Liu Yin will definitely retreat obediently. Marquis Zhoujiang said, although he is fierce and overbearing, he dare not offend you. The man with the fourth tube shook his head. If I come forward and Liu Yin who doesn't give me face, it will be embarrassing. He doesn't have the guts. Zhu Jianhu said, Brother Yinyu, you are the Emperor's personal disciple, how dare he not give you face? Emperor is a special title. Only the supreme rulers of the Yangfeng ancient country are qualified to be called Emperor. The strength of each emperor is unfathomable. The reputation of the Yangfeng ancient country was earned by the emperors of all generations. Apart from the ancient Thunder Nation, no other force dares to challenge the Emperor. Even the peak beast from the Qianmu Nation will be killed if it challenges the Emperor. The Emperor's direct disciple, the four-armed man, had some reminiscence. In the ancient country of Yangfeng, he was accepted as a personal disciple by the Emperor. It was his most dazzling time. At that time, he was full of vigor and even thought about becoming a god king in the future. But as time passed, he became less and less noticeable. In the end, he chose to leave the ancient country of Yangfeng, build a city on this remote lake, and live alone. I am the weakest among the disciples, and I am only at the peak of the Chaos Realm. The four-armed man said self-deprecatingly, I am not sure I can defeat Liu Yinhu in a head-on fight. Zhu Jiang, I can't help you. Zhu Jianhu said anxiously, Brother Yang Yu, you are so concerned about not fighting with Liu Yinhu. How do you know that you can't defeat him? How can you hone yourself and become stronger without fighting? The four-armed man's face darkened. I'll let you go. Marquis Zhoujiang felt the world around him change, and when he could see his surroundings clearly, he had already arrived at Zhejiang Chaos Province. Your formation level is so high, I don't believe that Marquis Liu Yin can defeat you. Unfortunately, you are too cowardly. No matter who invites you, you won't leave the city. Marquis Zhoujiang was helpless. The four-armed man looked at the city model in front of him, picked up the carving knife, and continued carving. When I become the God King, it will be the time for me to return. In Yinyu's eyes, this city is his most attentive work. When this large city is perfectly carved, it will be the time for him to become the God King. After reaching the Chaos Realm, Luo Feng only left an incarnation of divine power outside, while his real body concentrated on cultivation in the Star Tower. Having reached this level, I have discovered the flaws in my two lineages' inheritance. Luo Feng sighed softly. The lineage of the Master, the Hermit, did not give him any God King level inheritance. The Master obviously felt that he was not suitable for the weapon refining lineage and the Duan Donghe lineage. The 3 generations of ancestors did leave behind 3 God King level catalog inheritances, namely, Duanmi, Donghua, and Immortal River, but these were the paths that the 3 generations of ancestors took themselves. What he needed was the God King level inheritance of life and destruction. For the eternal true God, what they pursue is to master the laws of chaos. Luo Feng thought, so any inheritance they choose will be very suitable for me. But for the Chaos Realm, they have already mastered the laws of chaos, and the next step is to comprehend the origin of the avenue. Luo Feng senses the heaven and earth. Then you can get a glimpse of the many vague original avenues hidden behind the chaos. These original avenues combined together at night are the supreme rules. The supreme rules determine the operation of everything in the entire world. I don't have a single suitable God King level inheritance. Luo Feng had no choice. If it were any other top eternal true God, faced with the invitation from the Lord of Yu, he would have probably become his disciple long ago. With the status of the Lord of Yu, he could grant his disciples a suitable God King level inheritance. For now, I can only rely on the lineage of Emperor Chu of the Yangfeng ancient country for my God King level inheritance. Luo Feng thought, I have reached the Chaos Realm, and I don't know if Emperor Chu Yu has made a breakthrough. He has to make a breakthrough before he can recruit me as a guest official. Luo Feng calmed down and stopped thinking about it. I don't have a suitable God King level inheritance, so I can only practice with some suitable Chaos Realm inheritance. The further you go in the Chaos Power diagram, the higher the requirements for refining skills. The fourth time I refine my perfect divine body, the more resources I will need. I am too poor to practice at all. Luo Feng has already given up on this method. On the one hand, the upper limit of this inheritance is not high. After all, it is only a Chaos Realm level method. On the other hand, the requirements for weapon refining skills were too high. In the Eternal True God stage, with his own talent and the guidance of Entropy Heavenly Flame, he was able to practice the third body refining. But in the Chaos Realm stage, the weapon refining skills underwent a qualitative change, and Luo Feng did not intend to spend too much energy. Another key point is that the resource requirements are too high. I'd better use the resources I've worked so hard to earn on the inheritance of the Emperor Chu lineage of the ancient Yangfeng country. Good steel should be used on the blade. I can practice the 9 boundary breaking swords for a while longer. This sword technique is also in the direction of the Great Tao of Destruction. It's a pity that it's only a sword technique at the Chaos Realm level. Luo Feng spent some time studying it. There are only 3 swords in the 9 boundary breaking swords in the Chaos Realm. They are Chaos Sword, Heaven and Earth Sword, and Boundary Breaking Sword, respectively. The last move, Break the World Sword, aims to break through all the spatial layers, completely break through the entire world, and create a gap in the cage. Unfortunately, Break the World Sword can only break through most of the spatial layers, and still cannot break the cage. The entire sword technique, called 9 Swords to Break the World, can only represent the pursuit of its creator. Even for a God King, it's not easy to break the cage. Luo Feng studied carefully. Once it reaches the Chaos Realm, even if it is the inheritance space of the Duandonghe lineage, it will be of little help. This inheritance space is mainly to train disciples to become eternal true gods. It is a miracle to be able to train a Chaos Realm. As for the inheritance space above, there are only some intelligence guidance. Once it reaches the Chaos Realm, even if it is the inheritance space of the Duandonghe lineage, it will be of little help. This inheritance space is mainly to train disciples to become eternal true gods. It is a miracle to be able to train a Chaos Realm. As for the inheritance space above, there are only some intelligence guidance. Inside the City Lord's mansion, the villa where Luo Feng lives, Morosa was eating barbecue, looking at the black jade Qingyang not far away, and couldn't help cursing. How can you be so stupid? You still can't figure out the basic rules. Your master's talent is many times worse than yours. I dare not compete with the master. Mo Yu Qingyang couldn't help but said, in fact, I only have the last step of the law of time left now. It will take more than 30 epochs to comprehend the 10 basic laws. I think it's not bad. Shut up. Morosa scolded, don't you think about how much thought I put into it? I've explained the law of time to you tens of thousands of times, you idiot. Mo Yu Qingyang listened obediently. In his heart, he was very grateful to Lord Luosa. After all, his master had not given him any guidance for more than 30 centuries. But Lord Luosa had given him guidance again and again. He had just learned that Lord Luosa was actually a super-powerful eternal true god, stronger than Commander Mo Lixiao and Xu Eiyan, and was the protector of his master. Mo Yu Qingyang was very touched that such a strong man had been giving him guidance for a long time. Most masters don't put so much effort into this. In his heart, Mo Yu Qingyang already regarded Morosa as his master. Crunch, crunch. Morosa, who was furious, ate up all the barbecue in just a few bites. Morosa, come in. Luo Feng transmitted his message through his mind and then moved Morosa into the Star Tower. Morosa naturally did not resist. Inside the Star Tower. Master, you are looking for me, Morosa laughed. He could beat or scold Mo Yu Qingyang as he wanted, but he had to be careful and humble in front of his master. I want to see how big the gap is between me, a newcomer to the Chaos Realm, and you, who have accumulated a lot of experience in the Chaos Realm. Luo Feng said. Compete with me, Morosa couldn't help but said, Master, you have only just broken through, and your divine body is still far from reaching its limit. With such a big gap, I know I can't win in such a competition, I just want to feel the gap. Luo Feng said. Morosa thought for a moment and said, I won't burn my divine power, nor will I use any Chaos Realm moves. I will just rely purely on my body to compete with my master. This way I can probably exert 10% of my strength. If you burn divine power, your strength will soar several times. If you use secret techniques, it will naturally improve further. Good. Luo Feng showed no mercy, he stretched out his hand and a blood shadow knife appeared in his hand. Luo Feng used the extinction to burn his divine power to the limit. Luo Feng could still learn the technique of extinction using the law of chaos. But the higher you go, the harder it is to learn. Come on. Morosa was very confident. Luo Feng instantly swung out a chaotic sword light, which even cut off the operation of the chaos law. At least within the range of the sword, the chaos law had been splitting deep black ravines and several layers of space. This sword is also the first of the 3 swords in the Chaos Realm among the 9 swords to break the world, the Chaos Sword. This sword, based on the law of chaos, contained some mysteries of the origin of destruction, but it was still relatively simple. With Luo Feng's accumulation of knowledge in the origin of destruction, it only took him a little time to master it. However, with the subsequent 2nd and 3rd swords, the accumulation of the origin of destruction far exceeded that of Luo Feng today, and the difficulty of practicing was also much higher. Morosa stretched out his big chubby palm and blocked Luo Feng's sword. The skin on his palm was slightly concave, which naturally reduced the power of the knife. Master, it's very powerful. If it were twice as powerful, it should be able to hurt me. Morosa shouted. This shouldn't be the case. Luo Feng put away his knife in confusion. Why did the master stop? Morosa asked in confusion. Luo Feng shook his head. It has only been a short time since I broke through, and this strike is already my strongest strength. Morosa blinked. I told you there was no need to fight, but the master insisted. Now the master is a little embarrassed, will he be bullied? That's not right. Luo Feng couldn't help but said, although my divine body has not grown to its limit, my divine power is very pure, which is beyond the ordinary chaos realm. This knife under extreme burning. How could it not even break the skin? If Morosa used a body protection secret method, or burned divine power, Luo Feng felt that it was normal that the skin could not be broken. But with only 10% of my strength, I can't even break it. Even if I grow to the limit, I can only barely hurt Morosa. This? Morosa explained, I'm not a normal practitioner, I'm a world beast. My body will naturally be trained to be extremely tough, much stronger than the master's body training methods. That's why the master can't break the skin. Morosa has always looked down upon his master's bodybuilding methods. It's much stronger than my body training method. Luo Feng could understand that. After all, he was born with the complete origin of destruction. It was natural for his body training method to surpass the chaos power diagram. You didn't consume any precious materials, so how did you refine your body? Luo Feng asked. Master, what is body training? Morosa looked at Luo Feng. For example, for you cultivators, the most basic component of your body is divine power. And the most basic component of a world beast is its power. How to combine divine power more efficiently to greatly improve defense, strength, and speed, this is called body training. As for the method of combining divine power more efficiently, there is more than one way. The so-called refining the divine body like a weapon secret treasure is just one of the ways. Morosa looked at Luo Feng, and I don't need any resources. I just need to combine the perception of the origin of destruction and change the structure of the power of the world beast. Naturally, I can make the whole body stronger. But my method is not suitable for you, Master. I am a world beast, and I have a world in my body. This is the body training method to nurture the world. Morosa explained. Luo Feng understood. That's right. The essence of physical training is to combine divine power more efficiently. As for using it as a weapon secret treasure to train it, it is just one of the ways. Let me see your method. Luo Feng said. Okay. Morosa stretched out his hand, and strands of world beast power flew out and began to combine. You can't practice just by watching. Master. This body training method must be based on the world as the core. The power of the seemingly ordinary beast is actually an extremely exquisite combination. This structure is so beautiful that Luo Feng is amazed. Just like countless grains of sand combined together, they eventually formed weapons that can tear apart the starry sky. The change in the most basic structure eventually leads to the whole body becoming very powerful. This process does not require the consumption of a large amount of resources, it is just a combination of the power of the world beast. This is much better than refining the body into a secret treasure. Wonderful! Luo Feng exclaimed, I have heard that some ancient god kings have extremely mysterious divine bodies, and this is probably the case. Luo Feng had only heard about Morosa's exquisite body training before. His masters were Shankar and the Duandonga lineage only had some information records. This kind of inheritance is very precious among the God King level inheritances. I can try this route. Luo Feng instinctively felt that he could imitate about 70% of the structure of Morosa's beast power. The main reason is that he lacks the realm, and his level of destruction is not as good as Morosa's. This video will end here.